We were 3 days out of Dakar on the Queen Elizabeth II. I was right in the middle of an apricot flambé.
Captain, I'm afraid we've just run out of Colombian coffee.
Run out.
Mr. Howard? Full about, Mr. Roberts?
Engine room, full speed. So we turned back. Under the circumstances, it was the only civilized thing we could do.
I mean, in some cases, they could be exposed to prosecution. That can, hurt people. Could be their career or their livelihood, all kinds of issues.
Well, it just so happens that your friend here is only mostly dead. There's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead.
But I also think there are, when you think historically, situations that have happened in other wars, that it does affect the psychology of people when they found that they did something that was unlawful. It's a heavy burden, and it's a weight that can follow them around for the rest of their lives. That's why we try to avoid it.
I want to talk about Pete Hegseth. Are we still doing this?
Welcome to the War Department, because the era of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was, "Those who long for peace must prepare for war." This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows that. The origin dates to the 4th century Rome and has been repeated ever since, including by our first commander-in-chief, George Washington, the first leader of the War Department.
How is it that we have a Fox News reject running our national defense? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant running our Department of War.
Hegseth. Yes, Secretary of War.
We must prepare for war.
This guy talks about how he wants to be the peace president. But we're killing people off the coast of Venezuela. What the fuck are we doing?
It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone.
So you see with a lot of these immigrant groups, not only is the first generation unsuccessful, again, Somalia is a clear example here, not only is the first generation unsuccessful, but you see persistent issues in every subsequent generation. So you see consistent high rates of welfare use, consistent high rates of criminal activity, consistent failures to assimilate. But this shouldn't be a surprise, Will. It's just common sense.
We owe our republic a military that will win any war we choose.
Actually a terrible reporter.
Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department.
It's not the question that I mind, it's your attitude.
In other words, to our enemies,
Pistol Pete.
F-A-F-O.
Oh, God. Oh.
If necessary, our troops can translate that for you.
Oh. Oh, God. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Now, of course, you got Tom Cotton saying that it's fine. It was righteous, even. Righteous. To kill somebody who's clinging to debris.
The way you ask the question with the anger and the meanness is terrible.
You feel it, I feel it. This is a moment of urgency, mounting urgency. Enemies gather, threats grow. You see, this urgent moment, of course, requires more troops, more munitions, more drones, more Patriots, more submarines, more B-21 bombers. It requires more innovation, more AI in everything and ahead of the curve, more cyber effects, more counter-UAS, more space, more speed.
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it.
Cook your dog and bring it in. We'll cook it for you.
Time is now, and the cause is urgent. The moment requires restoring and refocusing our defense industrial base, our shipbuilding industry, and onshoring all critical components.
You know nothing about nothing.
It requires, as President Trump has done, getting our allies and partners to step up and share the burden.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
Likewise, the nature of the threats we face in our hemisphere and in deterring China is another speech for another day. Coming soon. This speech, today, as I drink my coffee.
coffee grown by men like Juan Valdez.
This speech today is about people, and it's about culture. The topic today is about the nature of ourselves.
Children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism, and it's highly likely because they're given Tylenol.
Because no plan, no program, no reform, no formation will ultimately succeed unless we have the right people and the right culture at the War Department.
It's a top to, what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11, and
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Save millions and millions of lives.
It's not 10. You see, most blokes are going to be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
Pakistan, so many different wars that we're able to end, in some cases, a little bit before they started.
You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
Just right before they started. It was going to be late, but we got them done.
Amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
If I've learned one core lesson in my 8 months in this job, it's that personnel is policy.
No, that's a war crime.
You're really obnoxious.
You stupid fuck.
Don't listen. You never
Do you think that the administration is trying to change the culture in the military so that more illegal orders can be given and followed?
One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
I think Pete Hegseth is trying to change that culture. He talks about it all the time.
Personnel is policy. The best way to take care of troops is to give them good leaders committed to the warfighting culture of the department. Not perfect leaders, good leaders. Competent, qualified, professional, agile, aggressive, innovative, risk-taking, apolitical.
That's why you're second rate.
In combat, there are thousands of variables, as I learned in Iraq and Afghanistan. I deployed to Guantanamo Bay in 2004. We were not in combat. We were in support of what they were doing in Afghanistan because they were sending the Taliban over. I never claimed to be in combat.
A veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan.
They're all over the place.
Recipient of the Bronze Star Medal for Valor.
This is all words, though, Sean. Okay, I got more. As I learned in Iraq and Afghanistan is how well you lead. After that, you're on your own. Our warfighters are entitled to be led by the best and most capable leaders.
Well, the problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right, like some people like to say on the right. The problem we have is on the left. And when you look at the agitators, you look at the scum that speaks so badly of our...
Total lie, and he knew it at the time, and the entire time. That is who we need you all to be. Even then, in combat, even if you do everything right, you may still lose people because the enemy always gets a vote. We have a sacred duty to ensure that our warriors are led by the most capable and qualified combat leaders. This is one thing you and I can control.
A veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. Recipient of the Bronze Star Medal for Valor.
And we owe it to the force to deliver it.
Totally unprepared.
For too long, we have simply not done that. The military has been forced by foolish and reckless politicians to focus on the wrong things.
You ought to go back and learn how to be a reporter.
In many ways, this speech is about fixing decades of decay. Some of it obvious, some of it hidden.
I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing. Goodbye, everybody. You too.
Or as the chairman has put it, we are clearing out the debris.
Quick follow-up. What the f*** is your problem? God.
Ending the war on warriors. I heard someone wrote a book about that.
It's about, he speaks very negatively about rules of engagement and implies there's some kind of, they're a hindrance to us doing our jobs. We're not Russia.
Being president of this country is entirely about character. For the record, yes, I am a card-carrying member of the ACLU, but the more important question...
Why aren't you, Trump? You want to take a question?
The most powerful spokesman and a president choose to reject upholding the Constitution. Now, if you can answer that question, folks, then you're smarter than I am.
Or the Russians do in Ukraine to Ukrainians, murdering people, intentionally murdering kids. We have to meet a higher standard.
Hell, we executed Nazis for this very fucking thing.
Hey, you want free speech? Let's see you acknowledge a man whose words make your blood boil, who's standing center stage and advocating at the top of his lungs that which you would spend a lifetime opposing at the top of yours.
For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons. Based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts.
Welcome to the team, recruits. I'm Christy Nome, head of Homeland Security.
Well, she seems nice. Okay, very pretty.
You want to claim this land as a land of the free? Then the symbol of your country cannot just be a flag. The symbol also has to be one of its citizens exercising his right to burn that flag in protest.
I think it's a great gesture from Qatar. I appreciate it very much. I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I mean, I could be a stupid person and say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane.
Now show me that. Defend that, celebrate that in your classrooms. Then you can stand up and sing about the land of the free.
We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments, promoting risk-averse, go-along-to-get-along conformists instead. You name it, the department did it. Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department.
This guy is exhausting.
We turn to that major escalation off the coast of Venezuela. American forces seizing an oil tanker seen in this dramatic video here.
The Department of Homeland Security shared the footage set to the song Mama Said Knock You Out.
And I've been operating under the assumption that the reason Donald devotes so much time and energy to shouting at the rain was that he simply didn't get it. Well, I was wrong. Donald's problem isn't that he doesn't get it. Donald's problem is that he can't sell it.
Executed them specifically for killing men in the water. The fuck are we doing?
Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. I got indicted.
It's like he won't stop until he gives every woman in the country resting Melania face.
We have serious problems to solve, and we need serious people to solve them. And whatever your particular problem is, I promise you,
Donald Trump
is not the least bit interested in solving it.
We even brought our superstar today, Caroline, when she gets up there with that beautiful face and those lips that don't stop, up like a little machine gun.
Never mind, I'll take the insults.
We just have to be honest.
He is interested in two things, and two things only: making you afraid of it and telling you who's to blame for it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you win elections.
We're the United States of America. We're not like them. We can't operate like that. We have to have a moral compass and be ethical.
You gather a group of middle-aged, middle-class, middle-income voters who remember with longing an easier time, and you talk to them about family and American values and character.
We have to say with our mouths what we see with our eyes.
You wave an old photo of the president's girlfriend, and you scream about patriotism. You tell them she's to blame for their lot in life.
We lead the free world and our adversaries. Right now we have other countries, the UK being one of them, doesn't share intelligence with us anymore. In the Caribbean.
The people of Venezuela have done nothing to you, Donald. Nor have any of the innocent victims of Epstein, which you say you weren't involved with.
To just tell it like it is in plain English.
It must take a real manly man to attack a 14-year-old Epstein victim.
And you go on television and you call her a whore.
The organizations that are, narco, criminal cartel organizations, they stopped sharing that with us because they have serious questions about what we're doing.
Donald Trump married his sister. I married my sister.
And I never expected to see this. These are our closest allies.
To point out the obvious things right in front of us.
Yes, so I do think that he is, trying to, make some serious changes, and they are not positive changes.
Donald Trump lied.
For that reason and others, I think he should have been fired a long time ago. He should have been fired. They fired the wrong guy in Signalgate. They got rid of Mike Waltz. Mike Waltz is not the one that shared the sensitive information. on Signal. That was Pete Hegseth.
To remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department. To rip out the politics.
Close the freaking border.
No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses.
Share with these people.
Absolutely. He should be impeached. Immediately. How in the fuck he isn't fired for violating the Second Geneva Convention?
I don't know how they do it.
Which is about naval activity and war on the water?
Jail!
How in the fuck isn't he being tried at The Hague?
Jail! Go to jail! Oh my God, this is terrible.
No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit.
Every rally I have.
I've made it my mission to uproot the obvious distractions that made us less capable and less lethal. That said, the War Department requires the next step. Underneath the woke garbage is a deeper problem, and a more important problem that we are fixing and fixing fast.
Somalia.
Common sense is back at the White House, so making the necessary changes is actually pretty straightforward. President Trump expects it. And the litmus test for these changes?
I didn't say.
It's pretty simple. Would I want my eldest son, who is 15 years old, eventually joining the types of formations that we are currently wielding?
Bonnie and Clyde.
If in any way the answer to that is no, or even yes, but, then we're doing something wrong.
Houdini.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. That has to do with a different Republican president that refused to be a part of the International War Crimes Tribunal because they knew they were torturing people in Iraq.
Because my son is no more important than any other American citizen who dons the cloth of our nation. Every parent deserves to know that their son or their daughter that joins our ranks is entering exactly the kind of unit that the Secretary of War would want his son to join.
Those muscles are... Yeah.
Think of it as the golden rule test.
Oh!
Jesus said, do unto others that's what you would have done unto yourself. It's the ultimate simplifying test of truth. The new War Department golden rule is this: do unto your unit as you would have done unto your own child's unit.
Crocodiles.
Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops?
Pinocchio birds.
Those exact same fuckers run the thing now. Ah, sure, you can kill them because what? They're enemy combatants? Oh, I'm sorry, no, what is it now? Narco-terrorists. What the fuck? Hell, even El Chapo got a fucking trial.
In a unit where leaders were promoted for reasons other than merit, performance, and warfighting? The answer is not just no, it's hell no. Serving alongside troops who are out of shape. Or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men.
A few years ago, I had to put my puppy down by shooting it in the face. Because sometimes doing what's important means doing what's hard.
Or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task. Or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed.
Christmas him, what, right? Oh no, he looks like, they dominate. They dominate.
You know who else got a trial?
We have the right policy.
The fucking ex-president of Honduras. This motherfucker brought 400 tons of cocaine into our country. 400 tons. Huh. Of course, I guess Trump likes cocaine. I wonder how much of that he got.
Bing, 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 bum, 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 bing, 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 bum, 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 bum.
When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now. To execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test.
It's all a bunch of bullshit. And the reason why, I think, is because this is just about sending a message to retired service members, active duty service members, government employees. Do not speak out against this president or there will be consequences. So it's a lot bigger than, just dealing with me, because I think what they really care about is the public message. They're going after me, a U.S. Senator, for something I said that was lawful. It was the truth. It was something people are trained on. It was something that Pete Hegseth said in 2016 multiple times. And in his case, specifically about this president and his concerns. They don't want other people saying these kind of things. So they're trying to shut people up. But in this case, they picked the wrong guy, because I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm going to continue to do my job.
Don't ever question my orders in front of another officer.
It's going to get a lot of us killed. We have kids.
Lawmakers are condemning President Trump's social media posts accusing 6 Democratic lawmakers of sedition punishable by death.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army, or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you. We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution, and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
These guys have a fucking shitty little speedboat. We're going to execute them from the sky 5 times that we have killed people who were in the water. 5 people.
They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders.
Actually, what they said is you can refuse an illegal order, which is in the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
But they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not.
It's a wildly inappropriate thing for so-called leaders in Congress to do, to encourage young troops to disobey orders. I mean, think of what the threat that is to our national security and what it means to our institutions.
I don't think it's a good idea to talk about jailing your political opponents or hanging them or whatever else.
5 people who had already been blown out of a boat have been executed after the fact.
Your president is watching. America is watching. I don't care if your Marine has a sucking chest wound. He will not traipse around on the deck with the shirt tails hanging out.
But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year.
Bullshit. It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. I think you've been cheated.
As well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year. Every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our Joint Force is required to do PT every duty day. Should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already. But we're codifying it. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already. Active, Guard, and Reserve.
5. Not 2. Kelly McEnany, who said there was 0? Fuck you.
Your mustache hairs is in violations. Growing beyond the corner of your mouth. You look like a bum.
Police that mustache!
This also means grooming standards. No more beards.
None of you ladies moping and crying. Mustaches got to go now. Hey, turn.
Scrape that hippie shit off your lip.
long hair, superficial individual expression. We're going to cut our hair, shave our beards, and adhere to standards. And that's why today, at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over. No more beardos. The era of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done.
Beyond your mouth areas, you are unsightly, unsanitary, and in violations.
On the topic of standards, allow me a few words to talk about toxic leaders. Upholding and demanding high standards is not toxic.
What's code red? Sir, code red is a disciplinary engagement. What's that mean exactly? Sir, a Marine falls out of line. It's up to the men in his unit to get him back on track. What's a garden variety code red? Sir, a Marine refuses to bathe on a regular basis. The men in his squad would give him a GI shower. What's that? Scrub brushes, Brillo pads, steel wool.
Beautiful. You mocking the grooming standard, Stafford?
Nah, Sergeant Major.
I ask you to help me. Please, sir, I just need to be transferred out of RSC. Sincerely, PFC William T. Santiago, U.S. Marine Corps. P.S. In exchange for my transfer off the base, I'm willing to provide you with information about
an illegal fence line shooting that occurred the night of August the 2nd. Who the fuck is PFC William T. Santiago?
Enforcing high standards, not toxic leadership.
This kid broke the chain of command and ratted on a member of his unit, to say nothing of the fact that he is a U.S. Marine, and it would appear he can't run from here to there without collapsing from heat exhaustion.
Lots can go wrong out here. Like a bakery, cold cow, like a pussy. But the one thing these men can count on is a grooming standard. I believe it always ought to be their farm.
Department of War is not toxic. Real toxic leadership is promoting people based on immutable characteristics or quotas.
You snotty little bastard.
Real toxic leadership is promoting destructive ideologies that are an anathema to the Constitution and the laws of nature and nature's God, as Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence. And we're correcting that. That's why today, at my direction, we're undertaking a full review of the department's definitions of so-called toxic leadership, bullying, and hazing, to empower leaders to enforce standards without fear of retribution or second guessing.
Yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I still can't hear you. Sounds off like you've got a pair. Sir, yes, sir.
Cut these guys loose.
But words like bullying and hazing and toxic, they've been weaponized and bastardized inside our formations, undercutting commanders and NCOs.
Did you order the code red?
No more.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
And if that makes me toxic, then so be it.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg?
Other standards have been manipulated to hit racial quotas as well, which is just as unacceptable. This too must end.
I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know.
The change due to a softening, weakening, or gender-based pursuit of other priorities.
And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. Truly physically capable of doing what is necessary under fire. We are attacking and ending the walking on eggshells and zero defect command culture.
We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline.
A risk-averse culture means officers execute not to lose instead of to win.
I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it.
Mr. Potato Head, at your 6. Close and fast.
A risk-averse culture means NCOs are not empowered to enforce standards.
You mocking me?
A blemish-free record is what peacetime leaders covet the most, which is the worst of all incentives.
I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
We, as senior leaders, need to end the poisonous culture of risk aversion and empower our NCOs at all levels to enforce standards.
There's room of standards.
You reach me? Sergeant Patrick!
You has the old dark under down, fuck yourself.
Truth be told, for the most part, we don't need new standards. We just need to reestablish a culture where enforcing standards is possible.
Now, Mr. Potato Head over here is laughing out pep.
Well, we all got jobs to do.
And that's why today, at my direction, I'm issuing new policy.
What the fuck are we doing? This guy's a fucking moron.
I call it the no more walking on eggshells policy.
Eggs!
We are liberating commanders and NCOs. We are liberating you.
Sixth's job is to be an asshole. And he excels at the position.
He's an idiot. He's a douche bag.
There we go.
What's up, guys? Pete Hegseth, Department of War. We've got the narco-terrorists on the run, and we're gonna take them out.
Yeah!
An inspector general process, the IG, that has been weaponized. Putting complainers,
And the last thing I remember is hitting the deck.
ideologues, and poor performers in the driver's seat.
Pete Hegseth is a fucking bitch.
On Memorial Day 2014, at a CVA event in Virginia, you needed to be carried out of the event for being intoxicated.
Pete Hegseth is a fucking bitch.
Senator Anonymous Smears.
I was brought to the hospital where I was told I just had heat exhaustion.
Just true or false? Very simple. Summer of 2014 in Cleveland, drunk in public with the CVA team.
Anonymous Smears.
Acting like a tough guy, posting it around the world. Making lots of content like a little teenage girl.
Well, apparently he's not very happy down here at Shangri-La because he's written letters to everybody but Santa Claus asking for a transfer.
I'm just asking for true or false questions, true or false answers. An event in North Carolina, drunk in front of 3 young female staff members after you had instituted a no alcohol policy and then reversed it. True or false?
Anonymous Smears.
And now he's telling tales about a fence line shooting.
December of 2014 at the CVA Christmas party at the Grand Hyatt at Washington, D.C., you were noticeably intoxicated and had to be carried up to your room. Is that true or false?
Anonymous Smears. No more frivolous complaints.
I ask you to help me.
Time, a CVA staffer stated that you passed out in the back of a party bus. Is that true or false?
Anonymous Smears.
Pete Hegseth's a fucking bitch.
No more anonymous complaints.
In 2014, while in Louisiana on official business for CVA, did you take your staff, including young female staff members, to a strip club?
Absolutely not. Anonymous Smears.
Not only that, but word of this letter's bound to get out. He's going to get his ass whipped.
No more repeat complainants.
I'm not going to get into the accusations that come from Fox News. I know you have some of your Fox News colleagues here. There were multiple instances of accusations against you.
P.S. In exchange for my transfer off the base, I'm willing to provide you with information about
illegal fence line shooting.
No more smearing reputation.
About drinking on the job.
All anonymous, all false, all refuted. There's no more endless waiting. No.
You blame an anonymous smear campaign, even when many of these claims are not anonymous. Which is it? Have you overcome personal issues, or are you the target of a smear campaign? It can't be both.
No more legal limbo. No more sidetracking careers. No more walking on eggshells.
Pete Hegseth is a fucking bitch.
Did you order the code red?
I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
But telling someone to shave or get a haircut or to get in shape or to fix their uniform or to show up on time or to work hard, that's exactly the kind of discrimination we want. We are not civilians, so we as a department need to stop acting and thinking like civilians and get back to basics and put the power back in the hands of commanders and NCOs.
This guy might not be woke, but you bet your ass on Trump, he does choke. Well, probably not actually. He probably has a deadened Was it gag reflex?
Commanders and NCOs who enforce standards and ensure readiness. Commanders and NCOs who in this War Department have to look in the mirror and have to pass the golden rule test. These directives are designed to take the monkey off your back and put you, the leadership, back in the driver's seat. Move out with urgency because we have your back. We know mistakes will be made. It's the nature of leadership.
Make no mistake, there will be no fuck-ups!
But you should not pay for earnest mistakes for your entire career. We're making changes to the retention of adverse information on personnel records, and our mistakes should not define an entire career. Otherwise, we only try not to make mistakes, and that's not the business we're in. We need risk takers and aggressive leaders. As you have seen, and the media has obsessed over, I have fired a number of senior officers since taking over. The previous chairman, other members of the Joint Chiefs, combatant commanders, and other commanders. The rationale for me has been straightforward. It's nearly impossible to change a culture with the same people who helped create or even benefited from that culture.
I guess that's part of the warrior ethos.
When in doubt, assess the situation, follow your gut, and if it's the best for the military, make a change. As foolish and reckless as the woke department was, those officers were following elected political leadership. An entire generation of generals and admirals were told that they must parrot the insane fallacy that, quote, our diversity is our strength.
This motherfucker put a damn makeup studio in the Pentagon. You know, man shit. Of course, J.D. Vance wears fucking eyeliner. What do you think? You think I look good with eyeliner? I don't know. What the fuck are we talking about?
Of course, we know our unity is our strength. They had to put out dizzying DEI and LGBTQI+ statements. They were told females and males are the same thing. Or that males who think they're females is totally normal. They were told that we need a green fleet and electric tanks. They were told to kick out Americans who refuse an emergency vaccine. They followed civilian policies set by foolish and reckless political leaders.
Always sympathetic.
My job has been to determine which leaders simply did what they must to answer the prerogatives of civilian leadership, and which leaders are truly invested in the woke department, and therefore incapable of embracing the War Department. That's it. It's that simple. The new compass heading is clear. Out with the Shirellis, the Mackenzies, and the Millies, and in with the Stockdales, the Schwarzkopfs, and the Pattons.
Listen to this wannabe.
But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign. We need you locked in on the M. Not the D, the E, or the I, not the DEI or the DIE of dime. By that I mean the M, military, of the instruments of national power. No more distractions, no more political ideologies, no more debris.
He plays a role on Fox, he plays the role on Twitter, he plays the role on Instagram, and Trump thought, that's my boy, right out of Central Casting.
Anonymous, online, or keyboard complaining is not worthy of a warrior. It's cowardice, masquerading as conscience. Less PowerPoint briefings and fewer online courses, more time in the motor pool, and more time on the range. The leaders who created the woke department have already driven out too many hard chargers. Scary, tough, and disciplined. We're empowering drill sergeants to instill healthy fear in new recruits, ensuring that future warfighters are forged. Yes, they can shark attack, they can toss bunks, they can swear, and yes, they can put their hands on recruits. They can use tried and true methods to motivate new recruits, to make them the warriors they need to be. Back to basics at basic as well. No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. Just common sense, maximum lethality, and authority for warfighters.
He's a drunk piece of shit that beats his wife. And occasionally rapes girls in fucking hotel rooms. Or is that just the one time? I guess you get a mulligan on that. This is MAGA. How many rapes are you allowed? It's at least one. Clearly.
That's all I ever wanted as a platoon leader. And it's all my E6 squad leaders ever wanted, back to that E6 rule. We let our leaders fight their formations, and then we have their back. You kill people and break things for a living. You are not politically correct, and don't necessarily belong always in polite society. You are different. We fight not because we hate what's in front of us. We fight because we love what's behind us. You see, the Ivy League faculty lounges will never understand us, and that's okay, because they could never do what you do. The media will mischaracterize us, and that's okay, because deep down they know the reason they can do what they do is you. Lethality is our calling card. A few weeks ago, at our monthly Pentagon Christian prayer service, I recited a commander's prayer. It's a simple yet meaningful prayer for wisdom for commanders and leaders. I encourage you to look it up if you've never seen it. But the prayer, it ends like this. And most of all, Lord, please keep my soldiers safe. Lead them, guide them, protect them, watch over them. And as you gave all of yourself for me, help me give all of myself for them. And amen.
Of course, I guess we're not even sure what defines rape anymore. According to Megyn Kelly, it's not really pedophilia. It's not really statutory rape. They weren't into little girls. They were into the, quote, barely legal types. You know, 15-year-olds. I think the only place that 15-year-olds are barely legal is Arkansas and Mississippi. Florida? Maybe. That's not a good list.
Move out and draw fire, because we are the War Department. Godspeed.
Room, attention.
I think Pakistan and Iran are also on those lists. Of course. That's exactly the kind of people Trump likes. Dictatorships. Deals to be made, money to be passed around to Jared.
You know what I want.
And I'm so sick and tired of hearing this. Well, Jared's making some deals. No.
Oh,
that's Ivanka. Are you fucking stupid?
Give me some money.
Jared's the guy that bought 666 Dumbo Plaza. Look it up. Worst fucking deal ever in New York fucking real estate history. He's not making the deals. Ivanka just doesn't want her name on it. But that bitch is making billions. Just like the son just got a huge contract from the Pentagon, and he didn't even have to put up the money or anything. By God, the Pentagon is giving him a loan, the largest one ever, so that Donald Trump Jr.'s company can do the fucking contract that they bid on. But Hunter was on a board where he made such small amount of money, he was able to blow it all up his fucking nose in cocaine. And hookers. He did have hookers. If you're gonna do it right. I mean, give the man credit where credit's due. But do not sit here and fucking piss on my boot and tell me that these fuckers aren't on the take. It's costing you. It's costing you. It's costing you. Hey, you in the back? It's costing you too. And it's fucking costing you. You people need not be so stupid, is what I would like to say to dipshits. Pete Hegseth has removed the black generals and the black admirals. And the woman admirals and generals. Fucking straight up fired them. What the fuck? We don't want black guys in our fucking military? That's new. Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. It's a woke army. Harry Truman, the man that put the fucking Marines into Korea. Too woke.
A short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. That bomb has more power than 20,000 tons of TNT. The Japanese began the war from the air at Pearl Harbor. They have been repaid many-fold, and the end is not yet. With this bomb, we have now added a new and revolutionary increase in destruction to supplement the growing power of our armed forces. In their present form, these bombs are now in production, and even more powerful forms are in development. It is an atomic bomb. It is a harnessing of the basic power of the universe. The force from which the sun draws its power has been loosed against those who brought war to the Far East.
Hell, Harry Truman, they asked Mr. President, should we drop this atomic bomb? He said, fuck that, do it twice. But he's too woke.
We are now prepared to destroy more rapidly and completely every productive enterprise the Japanese have in any city. We shall destroy their docks, their factories, and their communications. Let there be no mistake. We shall completely destroy Japan's power to make war. It was to spare the Japanese people from utter destruction that the ultimatum of July the 26th was issued at Potsdam. Their leaders promptly rejected that ultimatum. If they do not now accept our terms, they may expect a rain of ruin from the air, the like of which has never been seen on this earth. Behind this air attack will follow sea and land forces in such numbers and power as they have not yet seen, and with the fighting skill of which they are already well aware.
Too woke. Right.
At 11:02 a.m., the B-29 dropped an atomic bomb on Nagasaki.
This is why Pete Hegseth is put here. Not to change some kind of culture or, the warrior ethos bullshit. It's because he will suck a cock. And Donald Trump's dick is still wet. Look at the corner of his mouth. It is too.
We're giving them full opportunity to do it the easy way. And when it doesn't work, we'll do it the hard way.
Has DOD reached out to you at all as a part of their investigation into the video?
The last thing I heard from DOD regarding me personally was in 2011 when I retired from the United States Navy and was given the Legion of Merit for my service to this country. So again, this is all a bunch of bullshit.
If we could do things the easy way, that's fine. And if we have to do it the hard way, that's fine too.
Chemical weapons is a threat to the United States.
Fentanyl poses a chemical weapons threat to the United States.
Al-Qaeda terrorists inside Iraq.
Pete Hegseth will say yes to fucking anything.
Al-Qaeda of our hemisphere.
Just like Donald Rumsfeld. Just like every Republican. Yes men. They're murdering people. You think that's warrior ethos? You think blowing up 10 or 15 people in a boat with a fucking missile is warrior ethos? Do you really? Crazy that.
I think President Bush has every power under the Constitution to strike boats in international waters.
Oopsie poopsie. Feels like calling the teacher mom in the middle of a war crime.
Clearly, if you think that, you've never served.
It has nothing to do with oil. Literally nothing to do with oil.
This fucking guy was in the National Guard, spent his entire time moving troops to Gitmo. So they could be tortured there. Just like fucking Ron DeSantis, who's waiting in the wings. You think it's gonna be fucking J.D. Vance? You think it's gonna be Marco Rubio? Get the fuck out of here.
You can get rid of Saddam, it could really begin to transform the region.
There's an opportunity to transform the entire region.
Bringing freedom and democracy.
Democracy and freedom
can serve as a
beacon of hope.
Shock.
DeSantis is your best shot.
Venezuela has the largest reserves of oil in the world. Venezuela that has a rich, talk about rich natural energy resources.
Massive oil reserve. They have gold. They have rare earths.
Oil, gold, and mineral.
He'll pick Hegseth too.
I'm sure there are U.S. companies that would like to do business there.
Venezuela for the American oil companies will be a field day.
Hell, they were down there stationed together, torturing people.
What the hell is
Colonel
this?
Jessup, you have the right to remain silent. Any statement
I'm being charged with a crime.
Trial by court-martial.
Is that what this is? I'm being charged with a crime?
You have the right to consult with a lawyer prior to any further questioning.
This is funny.
This lawyer may be a civilian
That's what
lawyer
this
appointed
is.
by you at your
This
own
is-
expense.
I'm gonna rip the eyes out of your head and piss in your dead skull! You fucked with the wrong Marine!
It's the exact same Republicans that Republicans have always been. No, Donald Trump's an outsider. Both of these people work for Vladimir Putin. Both of them work for Fox News. And both of them can suck Vladimir's dick as good as the rest. Maybe not better than his daughter, but better than her mom. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
I'm a lawyer and an officer in the United States Navy. And you're under arrest, you son of a bitch.
Come on. Don't negotiate, let's investigate, we'll accelerate, and we're taking it.